de ambassadeur. Het spijt me ontzettend, maar hart was ongelooflijk toegeroepen. We kwamen hun hart verlang, geen meter vooruit.
This is Knippenberg, my third secretary. Knippenberg, this is Giles Easton, my opposite number with the British.
How'd you do?
Good afternoon.
Good shot.
The ambassador, may I speak with you briefly?
That is Mrs. Knippenberg. I told Angela to play with de Jong, as you were late. You didn't tell me she was learning Thai.
Did I not?
To add to the 4 or 5 other languages she already speaks. If she wasn't German, I'd offer her a job.
Well, if you weren't Dutch, I might take it.
Meneer de ambassador, may I speak with you briefly on a consular matter?
I thought the office was shut.
Yes, no, of course, but I thought this was rather urgent. 2 young Dutch backpackers. Their families haven't heard from them in over 2 months.
Knippenberg, when did you last speak to your mother? And does she write letters declaring you missing? It's not a diplomat's job to go chasing after long-haired bums. If it's for anyone, it's for the Thai police. Pass it on to them if you're so concerned.
Yes, of course, ambassador.
And stay
Good shot.
Once again, the Dutch triumph over you Brits.
Yes, please.
Please, Professor Leonard, I beg of you. It's only 1 day of classes.
I couldn't agree more. That's why I'm choosing to teach.
But a national day of mourning has been declared. The University of Heidelberg must respect it.
A national day of mourning for a Bolshevik Jew who bankrupted our nation and left behind a generation of jobless young men? No, thank you. The death of Walter Rathenau should be cause for celebration, not mourning.
Professor.
No. This funeral is a garish spectacle, led by left-wing radicals like Albert Einstein to paint German patriots as criminals.
Philip, I'm begging you. As your friend, don't let old skirmishes cloud your vision.
If that is what you think this is, sir, then we are not friends.
So, you are from General Kutuzov. And the reason for your visit?
To report the success of the action at Schöngraben. Here is the dispatch.
You call it a success, do you? It seems of little consequence now the French have taken Vienna.
Coming after the defeat of the Austrian army at Ulm, yes, it was a success. But there were terrible casualties on our side too. We await Napoleon's next move.
Well, this is a war, you know. One must expect some bloodshed.
General Kutuzov thought that he'd like to hear some good news for a change.
Thank you. His Majesty will be informed. Now, if you would excuse me, I have work to do. Or was there something else?
Chief Inspector Galan, Investigator Hickman. From the ICC?
Right, yes.
These are my colleagues, Berger, Vittoria.
We spoke last night, sir.
Thank you for coming so soon.
German police is working on a series of 6 takeover home invasions that started a little over a month ago.
Like this?
Not quite.
No one was murdered. Perps overpowered and blindfolded the families and then just took money and property.
But the violence has been escalating somewhat with every incident.
These are the same people. The violence escalated a lot more than somewhat.
You mean, is the entire family dead?
Yes. The father was briefly conscious when the uniforms arrived. He only said one word. German.
German.
I assumed he meant the perpetrators, but I can't be sure.
Call was anonymous. You couldn't trace it.
Right.
Shall we?
No, thanks. I've seen enough. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Miss Lau. 어서오세요. Kurt Hauser, manager, 입니다. I speak English, Mr. Hauser.
Oh, good. My Korean is, I'm afraid, rather poor. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Please, come this way.
Thank you for meeting at such short notice.
Of course. I'm always happy to accommodate my North Korean friends. How long have you been working at the embassy?
I'm not from the embassy.
Oh, I understood that you were a new posting from Pyongyang.
No, on the contrary. The regime would be most unhappy if they knew I was here.
But the reference code you gave...
Was a little old. You should be more careful, Mr. Hauser. You've become complacent.
Miss Lau, I'm sorry, I don't understand.
It's very simple. You are going to give me the contents of this safety deposit box.
I will do no such thing.
Oh, yes, you will.
Magdalena!
Fuck.
Oh! What are you doing with her?